Hello, welcome to the Lethal Collective.
Yo.
I know. I was like, don't everyone say something at once.
Oh my gosh, dude! It's Monday. It's a lethal Monday, but it's not just lethal Monday, gentlemen. It is a lethal 1,000 Monday because what just happened, Knight?
Dude, we hit 1,000 subs last night or last evening. It's unbelievable. Let's go.
First, big congratulations to you, gentlemen. Congrats, guys. We worked very hard at that. And then, of course, all of you beautiful people, seriously, all of your help going and sharing the channel, helping us try to grow, all your support with everything you guys do. You guys are the collective. You guys really are.
Yep.
We're just here to talk to each other. You guys are here to make it a channel.
Absolutely.
So that's what's amazing, and we thank you guys very, very much. And we definitely have some stuff lined up now that we're at 1,000 subs. Don't worry, we just want to make sure everything goes through first. We submitted for monetization and all that stuff, and we don't want to put the cart before the horse. So once everything finalizes, which could be, it could happen while we're on this stream for all we know. Any minute, whenever YouTube decides like, hey, this is good, here you go. Then we'll start launching all the other stuff and doing all the things that we have planned for you all. So stay tuned, look forward. Don't stop helping us. Let's hit 10K next goal is 10K. Let's do it.
Exactly. That's a good point, because we don't want to give the impression that we're done now. Like, okay, guys, we climbed the mountain. Now we're just going to kick back and no. We're going to work even harder if that's even possible. It's right.
Always possible.
It just fuels us, is what I'm saying. That to go further.
It does.
This is like, 10,000.
Well, I'll tell you what, as a friend to all three of you guys, and it's absolutely amazing because all of you guys, and I try to myself, it's almost like we go into higher gears as we continue hitting milestones. And first of all, it's absolutely inspirational. Seeing you guys do that has definitely inspired me personally as a YouTuber. But it's something that I think you have to have that drive inside, and it's not easy to have, man. It really isn't. I have some friends, excuse me, that are YouTubers that, they have so many things going on, man. They want to keep pushing those limits and fighting the algorithm, but sometimes it just doesn't happen that way. So I think, especially a channel where the four of us kind of have that same mindset, it's very special. It really, really is. So
it is.
Yeah.
Have you guys, like, to emphasize that, and I think all of us, that's what I'm gonna ask you, but I can remember times in my life where I've tried to partner with someone on something, not even YouTube related, and we all have the best intentions. Like, we're going to do this. We're all excited. And then we start, and then a month goes by, 2 months goes by, and all of a sudden, either one of us or all of us, someone, it's like, oh, okay, this was fun, but I don't think it's really for me, and it just falls apart, is what I'm saying. And what's so impressive is that, to me, is that the four of us, it's hard enough as one person to stay on track with things, with life and everything going on. We're talking about YouTube. But I find it inspiring also, Knight, to me, because the fact that the four of us have committed to this, like when we did, it wasn't a flippant thing. Like, we came together, we decided we're all in this with our passion, our emotion, with our hearts. And it didn't matter that sometimes we felt like we weren't making progress occasionally, when things would get real slow and we wouldn't see much growth. None of us ever came together and said, did we make the right decision? Was this really? That was never on our minds. All that was on our minds was stick with it. Stick with it. Consistent. And the other thing is, we genuinely have a great time hanging out together.
It's an escape.
It is.
Yeah.
It's an escape with friends and with people that you appreciate and confide in one another. And so it's really never been ultimately about, the financial side of what it could be one day.
Yeah.
It really was about us coming together and hanging out and talking movies, and that's why we're still here all these months later with never missing a show.
Well, it helps too because we don't want to let each other down. You know what I mean? When you have the
No.
like, if it was just us, or if it, like, say it's just me and Craven, it's like, dude, I'm tired today. I don't want to do it. Like, and it's like, yeah, me too. Like, but when you're like, man, if I take the day off, then Knight, Craven, Jake, and everybody, like, like it's just it adds that extra motivation, that extra fire to show up, where you're just like, like I could take the day off today. It's not a big deal when it's just you, but when it's like, well, if I take the day off, then I'm not part of that conversation. I'm not with those guys. So I think that helps too. But now that we're monetized, now we've reached that goal, at least it helps to light a fire. Because at least now it's like, it's a new fire. It's like we went through that endless grind to get to 1K. Now we're at 1K. Now we actually can. I mean, we're still not going to be making shit, but at least it's something.
Just moving me around, Craven. Okay.
Well, look, here's the thing, man. Look,
I love that.
I just got demoted to like fourth.
No, it's not the.
You know what? I vote
Jake.
Jake. He's sus.
Look, Jake, you get your spot back. There you go, buddy.
Jake is sus.
There you go.
I'm like, okay, all right, yeah. I don't talk for 5 minutes, and it's like, fuck this guy. No,
I know. Seriously, I'm like, I know. We've all been talking. Jake's been so quiet. You're just sitting there, waiting patiently. Thank you, Val. So Jake, tell us, man. Everyone's heard from us. Tell us, how do you feel about all this, man? Come on, talk to us.
Now that I get my turn to talk, no, I'm
so
so
like
kidding.
I was saying, I really think this is prominent.
God, no, I'm kidding. No, this is awesome, man. Craven, going back to something you were saying earlier, man, like I tried to do things with a bunch of my friends when we were all in high school, trying to get like a group channel going, and I'm not kidding you. For almost 5 years, we went with a channel, and we only got to about like 2,000 subscribers. We didn't get monetized, and it was just like a grind, man. It took us forever. Then everybody went to college and left me alone with the channel, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? I can't do this all by myself. So started the new channel, met you guys. Here we are 3 years later. So I don't know. It's just it's an amazing experience, and it's so, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like 2 channels monetized. It's crazy, man. So it's amazing feeling.
And it's only been It's been like 6 months since we started this channel, if that. How long?
Started
how long has
January.
it been? January
14th.
It's like 10 months.
Like 10 months. But still, and we haven't even done 100 videos. Posting twice a week. Which not even just posting twice a week, doing live streams, which makes it harder to grow channels.
That's right.
Videos is how you really grow subscribers. So to just do live streams, to just do twice a day, instead of going every day or doing whatever, to like really, I mean, I think it's an accomplishment. I think we did a really good job, and I think it helps that we were all YouTubers prior, so we understood the struggle and the grind. And we knew what went into it, so it was like we all committed. It wasn't a shock, because I think that's the problem too. Like, because I've tried to start channels and stuff like with friends of mine and stuff like that, and like, the first month is always the best, and then you're working and stuff, and you're like nothing's happening. It's like, yeah, it's great. Like, unless you actually have been through it, it's really hard to understand just what you're getting yourself into. But all of us having channels, went through the grind, getting monetized, having success. I think it made it easier for all of us to go, okay, we know what we're getting ourselves into here. Yeah. We're all committed to it. Yeah, we all okay, then let's do this. And so when things are looking bad, we know, okay, this is just a bump in the road, rather than this is a dead end.
Right.
I think a lot of people feel like this is a dead end, when it's really not. It's just a bump in the road. You got to get past. You got to get past rocky territory, and then it's smooth sailings again. And I think that we understood that. So
I think that's a great point, man, because it's so true that you have those times when you hit those bumps in the road, you hit some obstacles, you have tough times in life, or whatever, and if you can just try to remain focused and consistent to some degree, you really can. It's almost like you have to break through walls, as you're grinding to get to 1K, especially against the algorithm and how it works. But if you can just keep going, that's the thing. That's what I always tell people too. So you said it perfectly, Fate. You really did.
Really did. And you make another good point, Fate, that we don't often talk about is that we don't, I mean, really, we don't post videos. It's a rare occasion. We'll do every now and then. But we have just been streaming only twice a week, not even daily live streams. So, the more I think about that, the more I realize how amazing this is an accomplishment it is. Because, once we start posting videos, that's just going to pour gas on it, I think, and just grease it quickly. Now, David's got a great point. He says, when you guys get monetized, Craven should get the biggest cut because he has by far the sexiest voice. So, see, David, thank you, my friend.
Yeah, Knight has the sexiest voice. No offense, Craven, but
I didn't say it. David said it. You got to take it up with him.
Hey, I love your voice, Steven. I'm just being honest, man. Ever since
Knight is being humble. Don't ever disrespect Knight again in the chat like that. Okay,
Stop.
Okay. God. He has the voice of a god. It is just symphonies. The heavens open up. The sun, when it's a cloudy day, the sun comes out just to see Knight.
Shines through his window.
I love it
upon him. Yes.
Oh wow.
Hey, speaking of disrespect, now I don't think this is disrespectful necessarily, but we've got over 40 people here and only 30 likes. 30.
Shit, because of that comment.
Bro, seriously.
So people are leaving just mind-blowing comments like that, of course.
Come on, guys. You guys, you know what to do. Help us
out. Plow that like button.
Pile drive.
Get on in there and hit the like button.
Yes.
It's going to help this stream, guys, tremendously. All right? We really appreciate it. It takes 2 seconds or less. All right? Just smash that thing, pile drive it, plow it, whatever you need to do. But we greatly appreciate you guys doing that because it helps the stream now and in replay mode. And we're at 50 people here. So, guys, now we're at 50 people. See, it makes a difference already.
Yes,
right?
It does.
You know what else takes 2 seconds?
What's that?
Subscribing to the channel. That's what takes.
Heck yeah.
There it is. There it is.
Subscribe.
On the road to 2K. Yeah.
Hey. Hey.
I want all of you to help us just skip all the BS and get straight to 10K. That's what I want.
All the BS. I love that.
Get through all the grind. No, 10K. Here we come.
That's right.
Let's do that.
Hey man, we'll start with 2. I'll be happy when we get, but 10 is the goal. Let's go.
Yes.
10K.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. 90. Yesterday, you guys were at 975. We just wanted 1K to happen so bad, and it did. If we want it bad enough, it can happen. Thanks, Carrie.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's right.
Exactly.
It was a community push, man. I saw those numbers were just going. I mean, we grew faster than,
that last 100 was boom. Like we were like that was like we got that last 100 in like 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yep.
So that was great. Yeah.
Because I remember last time we were like, man, hopefully we can hit 1,000 by Halloween.
Yes.
We were like, remember? We were like,
that's right.
Dude, it just took off. It just took off.
It did, man. It's fantastic. And like you guys have said, doing the live streaming, which, YouTube isn't the biggest on, it's just been crazy to see the growth,
That's right. It is. I mean, it's so crazy, so awesome. And thank you, Tid. We appreciate you. Thanks for thanks for being here. And Katie's saying congratulations as well.
Hey,
thank you.
Awesome.
K-pop.
Hey, we're at 52 people in the live stream, 33 likes. We still got a pretty big gap to close there, guys. But I think we can do it. You guys can do it.
We can do it.
All right. This is so great. So great to see you all here. Let's see. Melissa says, do YouTube tell your channels you have to have? Oh, does YouTube say you have to have 1K?
No.
Yes.
1K subscribers
to be monetized.
Yeah, 1,000 subscribers and then 4,000 watch hours. We hit the watch hours like the first week because we did live stream. So like literally, like we hit the watch hours immediately. Doing like 2-hour live streams twice a week. You only need so many people to watch that and you're monetized. But subscribers, 1,000 subscribers is usually the hard part. So Yeah, but we did it. We did it. Cue the Dora
Yes.
song. Where's Dora?
Oh,
Demonetized.
Yeah, right.
As soon as we play it. Yeah.
The party's over,
Listening to
guys.
them. They're like reviewing us right the second they were about to hit the like monetize button. They're like, "What did he just say?" Okay.
Ooh, none of that.
Oh,
None of it.
man. Gary says we all have adorable voices, so there you go.
Oh,
You do too, Carrie.
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
Yes, she does.
But
Two
there's adorable
boys.
voices, and then there's Knight's voice. Okay.
This is true. This is true. Another level.
I pay him to say these things.
Oh, so that's why. Okay, yeah, now it makes sense.
Oh, we got a couple super chats. Just both came in at the same time.
Hey.
First one, we got from Jeremy. Oh well, it's not Jeremy. It's not Jeremy. It's Val. Val, thank you so much.
Val.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Val.
Every time I see the Jeremy, I'm like, oh, I have to put two and two together. But Val, it's Val. Thank you so much. $15 super chat. Congratulations, guys, on hitting 1K. Can't wait to see what the future holds for all of you. Thank you so much, Val. I really appreciate it. We
Thank
really
you,
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Val.
Jennifer
Yes.
coming in with a $50 PayPal says,
Whoa.
happy 1K day. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
my
Seriously.
goodness.
Oh, thank
Wow.
you.
God.
Thank you.
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Val,
Wow.
Jennifer, thank you both so very
Wow.
much. Seriously, that was
Yes.
very kind of you.
So
we really
kind.
appreciate that. We really do. And yeah,
man.
well, and pretty
Wow.
soon we will have. As soon as we get everything ready, as soon as we get the email, you guys will be able to do super chats and stuff like that, and go that route too. So it'll make things a lot more convenient, also. So.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. That's
Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
So generous.
You guys are
Thank
so
you.
generous. It really, seriously, I mean, and we talk about this so much personally with each other. The generosity is just, it can be overwhelming, but it is so appreciated because it really helps to, it keeps us, on that path. It keeps us focused. It helps to, one of my good friends, Master Chaos, he said this phrase one time and it really rang true to me. He said the support like that or likes or comments, whatever, it helps to keep the lights on.
Yeah.
And when he said that, I thought to myself and I was like, I love that phrase because it's so true. It's so true. Thank you so much, guys.
It really is. And Tid is asking, Lethal Collective merch. It's coming, guys.
It's coming.
It is
Yes,
coming.
it is.
Yep. We
Everything's
had a
starting
little-
to come together.
Yep.
It is. It makes me think
Yes.
of one of my favorite shows from the 80s, the A-Team, when Hannibal would say, I love it when a plan comes together.
And his big old cigar in his mouth.
Yes.
Oh, I love it when a plan comes together.
George Papard, man. I loved him in that show.
Oh, he was great. I said recently, a few years ago, went back and watched every episode of the A-Team from the 80s.
Nice.
Nice.
All of them, every season. It was so
Yes.
fun.
It was.
Carrie has to run. Carrie, take care.
See you later, Carrie. Thank
Later,
you.
Thanks
Carrie.
Bye,
Thank you so
Carrie.
much.
Bye.
Yes. And Lisa's complete randomness says, "Congrats on 1K. You all are 10 out of 10 on October 10th and every day."
Thank you.
Thank you,
so
Lisa.
much.
Thank you.
Very kind. of you. Thank you.
That's awesome.
But no, we just mentioned it earlier. Like, we are as far as the community takes us. You know what I mean? Like, at
Yes.
the end of the day,
true.
like, otherwise we're just four guys talking to ourselves on a screen. All of you guys are what makes us a community and a channel and all of that stuff. Just all your support. Whether it is super chat or it is the like button or it is telling a friend or posting on social media or whatever. There are many ways that you could help us and support us, and we appreciate all of it. We notice it all. Believe us.
Yes.
We really do. Whether it's for this channel, us individually, whatever. It's amazing what we've grown so far. It really is. It's amazing what we've
Yes.
It
grown.
is.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Denisha, we want to thank you too, one of our pillars of the community.
Yes.
Congrats on 1,000K, guys. Merch. She wants merch. I hear you. It's coming. 2,000 is on. Popping, y'all. That's right.
I'm already working on some designs, gentlemen.
There.
so-
Yeah.
There you go,
Ooh.
man. Bro.
Love it.
And I hate, and we have that very special limited line.
Yes, we do.
It's going to be very limited for a limited time only. And yeah, anyway, we'll talk about that once it's ready to
maybe
go.
every major milestone we'll release a new one of those lines. Like so, like when we hit 10K, we release a limited line for that. 20K, 50K, so on and so forth, and it'll just be like a celebration line.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrie said,
Celebration
"Could you make a
line.
design?" Of course you can. I'd
Of
love
course,
to.
we'd love to see designs.
Of
Now we may
course.
not use all the designs, so just you guys, and I know you guys understand. But feel free to submit anything
Yeah,
if
if
you'd
you
like
guys want to
to.
submit designs, stuff, things like
Yeah.
that,
Sure.
we're more than happy to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should even have like a contest or something one day. Just do something fun. I'm not saying we have to do that right
Yeah.
now, but
That'd be
eventually
fun.
maybe do some like contests and stuff, like things like that. But real quick, Alonzo Crawford came in hot with $1 on PayPal. Thank you so much, Alonzo. Really appreciate that.
All right.
That's
Congratulations.
Zo.
Yes. Congratulations on 1K. I love you guys, and thanks for always being nice to other creators like myself. No matter the Indian Halloween ends, these last 4 years have been very special time for me. I've met new friends and discovered a new happiness in my life. Peace and love to the Luffy Collective. Thank you, seriously.
Oh man,
nice.
You're
Thank
just
you,
guys,
Alonzo.
and look, you and me just be pounding away sometimes, and I love it.
Whoa.
well,
That's where all that pile driving was coming from earlier.
No, it is. Look, we've said it time and time again. At the end of the day, we are just 4 weirdos on the internet. We're not anybody special. We're not anyone different. We're not,
That's right.
It's easier to be nice than it is to be an asshole. So why be an asshole? It's just
you would think that's the case, but I know some folks who love to be ugly, and that's what they do. And shame.
It's true.
But, too much work, but we are. We're very. We said it earlier on Craven Channel. The idea that people want to watch us talk about movies,
incredible.
Right now we're talking about nothing, or nothing movie related. We're talking about important stuff to us individually and just this community. But the people that aren't a part of this community, stuff like that, they don't know. If somebody's coming in right now, they're like, I don't care about this, but we do. And the fact that we can talk about that stuff and people are sticking around, people are handing out, people are in the comments. Right. It's just mind blowing to me that people actually give a shit about us, genuinely care about us.
It's
it's crazy.
We got 52 folks here already right now, so it's awesome.
Wow, this is amazing.
And Jen just said, I've been promising wonderful things when you got 1,000 subs. So I can't wait to see what you have in store. Stay tuned, Jen.
Right?
Stay tuned.
We just we actually talked about it briefly yesterday if we should release something today. But when we talked, came to the conclusion, let's make sure everything's finalized first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because you never know. YouTube comes back and says you need to change stuff, and then we got to kind of grind it out, and it's and then we just don't want to put the cart before the horse, So
sure.
once everything's together, then we can kind of sit down, talk. So just give us a little time. It'll be there. Believe me. We're really excited to start launching other stuff, and just doing different things. But we just want to make sure we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, get too hyped, get too excited, and then you get some bad news or something, and we're just man, now we got to explain to all of you, and we got that we just messed up face. We're just standing. Yeah, you don't want to.
Well, I have to say, Jake, I'm very excited to see what you're cooking up for my friend.
Yes.
I really am.
Yes. We'll talk about that after the stream. Don't want to say
what Jake is cooking.
I don't want to say anything.
Speaking of putting the cart before the horse, I don't want to. Want to make sure everything's good with you guys before I officially announce
Surprise.
that. So.
Surprise.
Coriander is in the house. Says. Hey. So happy for you all. Here's the 10,000 more. Thank you, Coriander.
Yes.
Thanks, sweetie.
Cody Wyatt sent $1 for Evil Dies in 4 days.
Yeah. Love it.
We cannot wait. We should probably switch into Halloween stuff now.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Now, I saw Lathan's question here, and I thought that would be our little transition now for the rest of the show.
Yes.
Will you guys be reviewing Halloween Ends Friday? I'll just jump in really quick on this and say no. But We will not. But what we will be
No.
doing,
Sorry, that's so unexpected.
I know.
It was.
We're not going to review it, but we're going to talk about it. I promise you that. All four of us will talk about it, just like we did on Scream last year or earlier this year. We will be talking non-spoiler talk. It's going to be more of a reaction show, I think. How do you guys feel about it? Talk about, we're going to be, general stuff. That's right. We're going to be careful, but definitely be here for our first initial reactions.
Yes.
Be here or be rectangle.
That's right. Yes. And Lathan says the best guys on YouTube. Thank you, man.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
That's awesome. And craving something scary.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey fam, how's it going today? 13th is almost here. Where Halloween is going to be epic. I hope it is. I'm expecting it to be good.
Yes.
Cannot. That's right, Zoe. You and me.
Yep. There it is, Zoe.
Okay, guys. So we're going to pound away right now on 5 things.
Zoe's coming over? Zoe's coming over?
Yeah.
Zoe.
5 things.
I got the 55-gallon drum of lube. I'm ready to fucking. Oh wait, we're talking about. we want to talk horror.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. Wow. Never mind. Sorry.
I did say.
All hyped up for nothing. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. That's that kind of stream. Cool.
That's funny. I did say we're about to start pounding. That's great.
You did.
I didn't even think about that when I said it.
No, you did.
Okay, we're gonna jump into Halloween Ends. So, guys, Jake, I'll start with you. We'll go around. What 5 things? We talked about it on my channel a minute ago, a little bit.
We only did one.
We did one.
Yes,
Oh, I wanted
did
to
one.
save the 4 for here.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I get it.
So tell us another thing you'd like to see, or why don't you recap us with a quick version of the first one, if you remember what it was. And then another one, please.
Well, something I want to see in Halloween Ends is not a whole lot of Corey Cunningham. I'm not asking for much. I don't think I want to see a whole lot of Mr. Michael running around killing some people, and maybe more of an intimate story with our characters who are still alive at this point. That's a big thing that I'm looking for. It seems the more we hear from the marketing department and Jamie Lee Curtis basically spilling the entire movie for us in interviews, it seems like it's going to be a very parallel movie to the original 78 classic, which has me very excited in a lot of ways. I think it's not going to be the exact same story as that original film, but just borrowing things from it and making it one big conclusive like chapter to this long running story. And I'm excited for that. I just want to see, like I said, Michael Myers on screen. Don't turn this into a murder mystery where it's like, who could it be the whole time, when it's very clearly just this Corey character. So don't turn it into a Scream film. Keep it grounded in Halloween, and let's make this puppy a great conclusion to this awesome timeline.
Nice. I think we all agree with that. Yeah, that's really good. All right, Faye, what's something else you really want to see when you go watch this on Thursday or Friday?
Yes, real quick. Cody came in hot with another $1. Thank you so much. I want a Cameron flashback. How about y'all? So here, we'll touch on that real quick before I give my thing.
Yeah.
I mean, one, obviously, what kind of Cameron flashback would you want specifically? But I wouldn't mind it. I enjoyed what they did with the flashbacks. I did. I'm not against them doing more of those. I mean, I want it to serve a purpose, though. I don't want a flashback just to have a flashback, and it just is like, all right, like we did, like that had no reasoning or meaning or purpose that drove the story along. I don't want something like that. But yeah. What about you guys? What do you think?
Well, the flashbacks, I think what I loved about the flashback in Kills is that it was very, to me, it was very cool for the plot itself, and especially tying into Hawkins and tying into, what happened throughout the rest of the movie and the ending of the movie. You know what I mean? And especially his conversation with Laurie, which, I'm assuming, or hoping I should say, is going to have some weight in Ends. I'd be up for another flashback or recreation or whatever, because I think that they will make sure that it has some importance to the movie. We were talking so much about little things and kills that they had in the movie that sometimes can be so subtle that you'd miss it. Moments where they were actually showing the result of these deaths, like Oscar's death, like Karen's husband's death, when she's washing the blood off of her hand and she stops for a moment and the camera's on her ring finger, her ring, just little things like that you rarely saw in this entire franchise, even in the legendary 78. So, I have a lot of confidence that if they do that, it'll have meaning, and that's what I think would be cool. Ooh, thanks, Val.
Yeah. Got some great streams coming up after this Lethal Collective stream. So be sure you join Jake and then Knight on his slasher movie club, which is going to be about a movie I haven't seen yet, but I want to. Right, Knight?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Brian De Palma, Sisters, with the late great Margot Kidder. It was a fantastic movie. Fantastic.
Love that.
I've never seen that either. Now I'm intrigued.
I know. I am intrigued too, man. I really want to watch it.
It's old school, man. I'll say this: if you enjoy Psycho, or if you have any respect or any admiration for Psycho, Brian De Palma was hugely inspired by Hitchcock and Psycho, and you see it in this movie.
Wow. I love how all over the place De Palma's work is. Like he does everything from like Carrie to Scarface. It's fucking crazy. Like he's an amazing director. So underrated. Sorry, that's just random thought.
Yeah,
but
the versatility, being able to do whatever. Cody real quick came in with another $1 and said, hit that like and sub, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cody.
Yes.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, all of that stuff.
Hey, real quick, Two Boys and Their Scary Pops, which is a great supporter, says Lethal Collective, where you let your fate be decided, and if you're craving something scary, then let Killjoy Jake show you the way to the Night Watch Zone, where you may find that sometimes dead is better, and Bobos just may be lurking. Congrats again on the hard work towards the milestone. Dude, that was brilliant, bro.
That was great. That was great.
That was really good. I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, man. So, yeah. And now, Fake Fate's your turn, right? To give us something you want to see, like one of your top 5 things.
Halloween ends. So outside of it just being a good movie, I want to see Laurie get justice. Not necessarily in like killing Michael and stuff, but I mean as a character. Like this may very well be the last chance we see of Jamie Lee Curtis. It's supposed to be. It was marketed as such. But Jamie Lee Curtis has kind of alluded to maybe returning at some point, stuff like that. But until that point, it was kind of like this was the last time. But nonetheless, I want to see Laurie really, really get justice. I want to see, whether she lives or dies, I want that to be done and delivered properly. I want her story, her character, all of those things to really be impactful and hit home. I mean, you're talking about, one of the originators of the Final Girl. She's not the OG, but she was one of like the big first fixture Final Girl characters that we recognize and think of. And whether she lives or dies, I want to see her have a proper story, a proper a part, justice for her character as a whole, and then just whatever the conclusion is, which I don't care either way. I don't care whether she lives or dies. I just want it to serve a purpose and for it to be impactful, resounding, stuff like that. So
that's right.
Well said. I want to piggyback off of what you said, not to sound like I'm copying, but I do want to add one other thing as far as my reasoning. And our good friend Brandon from I Like Scary has said this best. When you grow up with these characters, I'll always remember when he said Aunt Laurie, Uncle Michael, Grandpa Loomis. And, having that mentality as a kid that grows up with these characters, and now, this franchise has been around for 44 years. For me personally, it's really emotional, and I'm really connected to the character of Laurie Strode and Jamie Lee Curtis, and seeing her reaction at the, I think it was the New York Comic-Con, when she said, endings, and I'm quoting, endings are a bitch, but so is Laurie Strode. And the crowd just cheered, and then in a moment, and I'm serious, guys, especially for
Mhm.
folks, and I know there's some folks that aren't huge on, Laurie Strode and might have some whatever issues with Jamie Lee Curtis, but after she said that and the cheers happened, her face, I mean, you could just tell the emotion just started to hit her, and she said, "And I'm gonna miss all of you that have supported me over all these years." Guys, I've watched a lot
Wow.
of horror movies. I love a lot of actors and actresses, but I've rarely seen that type of raw emotion. And this wasn't the first time she's done that. So it just tells me that this means a lot to her, and I really respect that. And so I agree 100% Fate. I hope this movie really showcases Jamie Lee Curtis and this character that for me um is the final girl, She's just amazing. So anyways,
That's
yeah.
good. Good stuff, man. All right. So so Fate, do you have? I know you're piggybacking. That's for yours. Um, is there anything else you want to add for another one now, or do you want me to keep moving around the panel? Because I wanted to hear make sure we get all your items that you
For
want to see.
me,
Yeah.
yeah, the other thing I want to see also, because I said one of the first things I wanted to see was, Michael, a good characterization of Michael. But
Hmm.
I want this movie. If I had it up to me, I'd love to have this movie up there with 78 and
Mm,
2018. I'm talking about the whole movie. Like when it's
okay.
done, I'll sit back and say, this is a movie that I want to see every year at spooky time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
If that could happen, dude, I'm gonna probably annoy the crap out of you guys because I'm just gonna be on cloud nine. I'm gonna
Hmm.
annoy my viewers because I'm just gonna be so excited that the movie is, to me anyways, that good. But it'd be great if it was universally looked at that as well, just like 78. There are not many people that I know in my life that don't agree that it's a good, if not
Hmm.
great movie. It'd be amazing if
Sure.
Ends is even close to that.
Even
Yeah.
close. Yeah.
Real,
Definitely.
real quick, Eric Owens came in with the dollar. Says, "Do you feel this movie will give us the closure?" First off, thank you so much, Eric. Really appreciate
Thank you.
that,
Yeah.
Eric Owens.
Thank you.
And
Thank
what do you
you.
guys think? Do you guys feel that this movie will give us closure?
I hope so. I want it to feel like an ending. That more than anything. If it's bittersweet, that's fine. Like I'm okay with a not so not so happy ending. I actually think it would be kind of weird if it was all sunshine and rainbows for Laurie
Mhm.
Strode and everything's fine. Michael's dead. She's home with her
Yeah.
family and Hawkins. They're married now. It ends with a wedding. That would I would honest to God I would hate that. Like I don't think this franchise should end that happy. This is a horror
Mhm.
franchise, man. Make it at least bittersweet. Come on, I love
Yep.
Laurie Strode, but I say we need a somewhat dark ending that feels like the end. And I don't see how else it could be the end without Michael dying at this point, personally, because if you throw
Hmm.
him back in prison, there's still the possibility that he could just get out, So,
Right.
and I feel like that's just a little anticlimactic, a little boring if they just throw him back in prison at the end of this movie. Nah,
Yes.
kill him, do it once and for all. And then if you're so against that, you hate that the boogeyman can't die and all that. We'll do it again in 5 years. Like I promise.
Yeah,
I promise
Yep.
you, Michael will probably be back in 5 to 10 years
Oh yeah.
Yep.
by, from another
if not
studio. So.
sooner.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
If not
Yep.
sooner.
If not
What
sooner.
about what about you, Craven? What do you think? Do you think we get closure?
Man, this is where things get dicey because I want to hardline this thing, but I just cannot settle on that, man. And a part of me, I want. Oh, this is terrible because I think about Halloween 1. Michael wins, but so does Lori
Yeah.
because they're both alive, and that was a great ending. He didn't kill Lori, she didn't kill him, or Loomis didn't kill him.
Mhm.
So I'm almost leaning towards wanting a 78 ending where
Mhm.
Lori survives just like she did originally, but so does Michael. He's just gone. And I know that's not probably, Jake, what you would want to see because that's the opposite of closure, right? That's because everything's open ended then. But as a hardcore fan, and not that anyone else isn't. I don't mean it that way. I'm just saying, as I guess I'm just trying to say, if they do kill Michael, and I'll admit something. Night, you mentioned this earlier. H2O. I was
Mm-hmm.
clapping in the theater when
Yeah.
she chopped his head off. I was like, "That's awesome!"
Yep.
And I honestly enjoyed seeing her win. So I feel like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth a little bit, but for the reason I guess for this movie, I love this Michael Myers so much. James G. Courtney has been awesome, and I don't want to see him die. I guess I know it's more of like
Yeah.
an emotional heartstrings thing. Um, anyway, but I don't want to see Lori die either. So I guess
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say
Well,
I don't know. That's kind of all I really had to say about it. I don't know. I can't
y-
decide.
I know what you mean, man, because I have similar thoughts like that too. And like I said, I think it could be a really, as everyone has said, it's been a weird ending. And I've already said this on my channel, and I think I said it on your channel, Stephen.
Hmm.
I think it could be something really weird where, Lori kills Corey, and
Hmm.
that's why she has that look on her face with the bloody hand when she's out in front of all the cops, which
Yes.
is a different look than in Kills. We just watched Kills last night,
Yeah,
and the
man.
look she had when she said, "Karen, we did it. Michael's dead." That look on her face
Mhm.
totally different than
Yep.
the look on her face we see in the TV spots on ends. But I think she's going to kill Corey. Something's going to happen. There's going to be a battle, and like I said, I know this is super controversial, but what if in some way, shape, or form, she just turns her back, on Michael, like quote unquote, turns her back on him and says, "You
Hmm.
know what? I've given you 40 plus years of my life. I literally put you in the path of my family. Michael didn't do that. I did it. So I'm finally going to just be rid of you. I'm not going to live my life in
Hmm.
this paranoia anymore, so forth and so forth and so forth." you know I'm using silly words. The execution of it has to be a lot better, but that's the
Yeah.
vibe. And I think it's going to be something weird like that. I really, really do.
So do you think that I know well tonight you're going to be on my channel
Yeah.
as we're going to be talking about final predictions where because I'm not planning on streaming again until Wednesday morning for just a little 1 hour kind of I don't know whatever. But tonight's going to be really laying it down. But do you predict then night or is this a prediction or a hope or is it the same?
It's
That little
both.
it's both. Okay.
It's both. Because I'll tell you what, and just like you guys mentioned, the ending of 78 is a great ending, and obviously they're
Yeah.
not going to redo that ending. But I think this trilogy has been about trauma and the
Hmm.
effects of trauma on Lori, her family, Haddonfield, right? To me, like, yes, if she kills him, yeah, that's, if they do it right, like I said earlier, like H2O, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to clap and I'm happy for Lori
Hmm.
because I love Lori. But at the same time, she's been saying these things in Kills. You can't beat him with brute force. The more you fear him, the more he transcends. We saw that in the mob scene, when it was 50 on 1. And so I think an interesting way this movie could end is not necessarily that, oh, let's kill him, let's blow him up like Jason and Jason goes to hell. I think for her, cuz Michael went off after Kills. He went off to just be dormant and to die, to just whatever. You know,
Right.
what if she makes that type of choice, which is crazy, and there are a lot of people that are going to hate it and question it and so forth and so forth. But that's some of the wordings that these filmmakers have used.
It is.
It's different. It's a departure. People won't see it coming. James Drew Courtney said that you won't see this coming. He says the scene with me and Jamie Lee Curtis. He says it's powerful.
Yes.
Now, listen, if she kills him, and maybe the way she kills him, yeah, that could be powerful. But to me, I think it might mean more. I could be totally wrong. I could be absolutely wrong, but that's something that's been really going around in my mind for the last like 2 weeks. So, anyways,
And do y'all remember what Nick Castle said? He said, he says the way this movie's going to end. He said, I don't think anyone is going to predict
yeah,
or be expecting the way this ending is going to unfold for the characters. Is what he said.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I don't know what to make of that.
yeah.
Is he just overhyping the movie, or like is this actually something
Could be.
weird?
Could be, yeah.
I mean, I do think it's going to be weird. You know, I don't think it's going to be like your typical, like how you were saying, Knight. I don't think it's going to be just be Laurie Strode chopping off his head or something. As much as I think that might be cool and kind of like a middle finger to, I shouldn't have done that on stream, my bad. Like a middle finger to Resurrection. Oops. Anyways, but you couldn't see it. Don't Susan, don't get mad at us. But yeah, no. I think that would be cool though if it was almost like a group effort to take down Michael or something in this movie, and it's like everyone comes together to do it. And where in Halloween Kills, it was kind of like everyone was working against each other. Like everyone had the same goal, but they were working against each other. They weren't all able to even be there. Hawkins and Laurie were hospital ridden the entire movie. So I would love to see something like that where it's like they all have to come together, all have to take him down all at once. Ooh. So I think that might be nice too.
Real quick, guys, Chris, we've missed Chris. He gave 5 cents this time, and he said I missed a couple streams. Sorry, to make up for it, I added a little bit more this time. Thank you.
All right.
5 cents.
Thank you.
That's awesome, man. That's because we're used to getting a penny from Chris, so that's really good.
But he's right. He did miss a couple streams. I didn't see him. I didn't see him in the last 2 streams.
You got to stay on track.
He's got to stay on top of it. So I'm glad he took accountability and understood what it was. But to kind of touch on real quick what you guys are talking about is like my big thing is like this is called Halloween Ends for a reason. Whatever that is, there's got to be a reason. Like Halloween Kills was clearly named Halloween Kills for a reason, right? It's Michael just running around killing people. This is Halloween Ends. So I do think we're going to get some definitive ending in this whole thing. Or at least I'd hope. But Craven, Bearded, set $5. First off, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Say comments in the chat.
Okay, I do see it. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Bearded, for your $5 super chat, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And here is his comment. He says, Michael lives, Laurie dies. I'm sorry, Michael dies. Sorry. Michael dies, Laurie lives. Corey pulls a disappearing act like Michael in 78. I'm betting on it now. So this is, guys, what we've talked about before, and we're going to do the Christine kind of thing. We have a little bit of a transfer, an obsession, and maybe when Corey's in that cave or that sewer, and remember those images we saw where Corey's eyes and Michael's eyes lock. They're like just staring at each other really close. I think that could be the transfer. Some of that evil, immaterial evil, is in Corey. So he's kind of predicting that's what's going to happen in a way. And Corey is now the new shape. Yeah. The new shape. What do you guys think about that, Jake?
I hate that idea.
There you go. There's my answer. Faith's answered already. Okay.
I
hate that it kind of makes sense though. Like I kind of Fate, I kind of agree with you. Like that I hate it, but like I can totally see the writers being like, "Oh, that would be so cool because that's what everyone loves about Michael, that he can transfer his powers to other teenagers and shit." What? No. What? No, I totally like this sounds like a Hollywood ending if I've ever heard one, where it's like this is what they think the fans want, but like no, we don't. Like, oh my god, no, that would be awful. But I'm not saying Eric's were off here at all though, because like I could totally see something like stupid like this happening. There's a track on the soundtrack that's called Bye Bye Corey, and to me, I feel like there's just a 99% chance that Corey dies during that trek, but it could also be a false resolution. You think he's dead, then he gets back up, he's gone, his body's gone by the time they get to it, or some bullshit, something like that.
What if I could see Corey means he's gone, he disappeared?
That, and going back to what you said, Craven, like that we wouldn't guess what the ending is. I mean, there you go. We would never guess they would do something like that, also, even though I guess we're talking about it.
To add to that, what if it's like metaphoric? Like, what if it like that's the scene where Corey's fully been consumed by the shape? He's lost all his sense of humanity. He's lost all his sense of everything. He's gone. Like he's now officially the shape. Like, what if that's metaphoric? Like.
Could be.
I think that's what's gonna. I think Bearded's right. I think that we're gonna get something along those lines, and I think it's a fucking stupid idea. I'm sorry.
Yeah, dude, you got some points, man.
Man,
Yeah.
I cannot deny that makes sense in the Hollywood. That it's Hollywood. That makes sense in a Hollywood story, like what they would do. I could see it. And
Well, the
Bearded
whole
says,
Christine thing,
right,
just,
right, exactly.
It worked in the past.
yeah,
Right.
Right.
That's, you know what I mean? Like, I can see the conversation in the writer's room.
Yeah.
Yep.
True.
I could see that too.
Bearded wants to make sure we understand that's not what he wants. He's
Yes.
just saying that's what I'm betting on. I
No,
get
no
it.
diss towards you, Bearded.
No.
You're amazing, but we
Right.
I completely get 100% what you're saying, and I agree. I really think that that this is probably the route that they're going to go, and it's stupid. And like Jake said, they probably all sat in the writers' room. There was that one guy that was like, "Okay, let's just keep it simple. Let's just have Gloria." And they were like, "Shut up, Todd. Sit down. You don't know how Hollywood works, you idiot."
fucking Todd.
And then all these
Todd.
suits sat down and they were like, "All right, Todd's an idiot. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a transference of Michael. It's gonna be super different. Remember that car? That car? What's the car's name? Carrie. That's right. No, Christine, not Carrie. You're an idiot. You're fired." And then they just went on this whole rant, and then they came to this conclusion of like, this is the route we're gonna go, and it's gonna be a shit movie. And I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna sit down.
Oh my gosh.
Have a
Yeah.
robe
We're dreading it.
and a pipe, and I'm just gonna sit here like
A
this.
pipe.
Pipe?
Dude, you should
Are
do it a robe and a pipe. I would
Bro.
love to see that, man.
I swear. Yes, just do it. I need to
I'm gonna
see
do
that.
it.
Yes.
I'm gonna go. What? And you guys are gonna be like, "Well, it was." I'm like, I don't want to hear fucking shit. This movie sucks.
Listen, I told you from the get-go, if it sucks, I'll tell you it sucks. I'm gonna do this. I'm seeing the movie relatively early Thursday on like at 5:00 my time.
Boo.
I know. I'm gonna film my reaction in the car after I've seen it, and however I'm feeling, it's just gonna be raw initial emotion on it, and then I'll have a review Friday morning. But I'm gonna post that, do a little short on my channel. So, and Tyler, I'll send it to you, my friend.
Oh man.
I can't wait.
Man, well, you know what I'm going to do is similar to that. It's not going to be on Thursday, but on Friday, I'm going to watch it that morning, probably around 8 or 9, somewhere in there. And I'm going to immediately, I have a live stream set. I'm going to set it up for 11 a.m. Central. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on basically after the movie ends on Peacock. I'm going to turn it off and go live within 5 minutes of the movie ending and give you my live for like 1 hour from like 11 to 12 for just my reaction to the movie. I'm going to tell you my thoughts without spoiling anything. And yeah, just that raw emotion, like you're talking about, Jake, that raw first just watched it feeling.
Yeah.
I'm doing the same thing on Friday on my channel. How about you, Knight? Do you or Fate?
Yeah.
Are y'all going to do that too?
Yeah, I'm probably going to be doing that by the time I'm done with the movie and so forth. It'll probably be like 2:00 my time. So 2:30, something like that. And just kind of just a reaction, non-spoiler, just to kind of throw because me and Coriander are going to see it right around noon, I believe. But just to throw our thoughts out there. And then I'll just be like, I'll be waiting for the collective stream. Like, let's do this thing.
Yes.
Let's see this car wreck.
Hey, let me tell you,
If this
man.
movie sucks, I'm just gonna do a quick review. I'm just gonna jump on. I'm gonna say trash, and I'm just gonna leave. That's it. That's gonna be my review. I'll be like trash, and then I'm just like, if it's a good movie, then I'll be like, oh yeah, no, it's pretty good. I'm glad it was, blah blah blah, and do a whole review. But otherwise, I'm just gonna be.
I
like,
almost did that for Jeepers Creepers. I almost did that.
I've always wanted to do that, but I probably won't do it just because like that video will probably do terrible because YouTube's gonna be like, really
3 seconds long.
Right.
I mean, I might do that for a short. Maybe that'll be a short that I do. Maybe I'll do.
I
like
want
a full
8 to
video.
10 minute videos, is what YouTube says. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right,
So
right,
I'll
yeah.
probably do. Maybe I'll do a short, and I'll just be like Halloween trash. That's it.
Yeah.
Well,
There you go.
I'm gonna just to let you guys know, I'm not gonna watch any of your videos until we talk on the collective. Then I will.
Yeah. No. Don't have it. Yeah. Don't have anything spoiled for you, man. Yeah. No, it's all good.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait, but I will tell you guys this: I'm gonna be feeling the same way Knight's gonna feel, because even though I'm gonna do my little live reaction, It's not like being with you guys. It's
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna be just like looking at my watch, like, come on, 5 o'clock, let's go,
Mm-hmm.
because that's when I can't wait for us to share it for the first time together. That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So is there a way that Halloween Ends would change your guys' perspective on Halloween Kills?
No,
No.
Or do you look
I'm
at
gonna
it
say
as
it right
its
now.
own?
No.
Well, it could elevate it for me personally.
Yeah.
I think there's
Well,
ways that it
But
could
that's-
elevate it.
That's what I'm saying. If there's ways to make it better, there's ways to make it worse too.
That's a good point.
It's
I feel
true.
like if they do something retroactively that affects kills, I could see it being something where it's like, oh, actually, this is what happened with Michael to get to the house, and that's why
Yeah.
he made it past the wall of police that are standing in front of the
That-
Myers house. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's exactly what came into my mind too. Is if they do something stupid, like they show Michael like phasing through the wall to get to Karen or something stupid like that.
No, don't
Yes.
do that.
He flies
That-
through the window. Yeah.
Mary Poppins.
He's just
Superman's in there.
Yeah. But I'll say this though, man, and this is a great franchise to talk about this, because to me, I think 5 was a step down from 4, but it doesn't take away the enjoyment that I've always had for 4 as a movie on its own, even though 5 picks up right up after it and is so linked. Matter of fact, the whole Thorn trilogy is linked, and I think it really went downhill as it went, but I still love 4, and I can still enjoy the trilogy for the good things in it, you know. So this movie would have to like be a complete crap fest.
I'm
for
not
it-
saying it's gonna make you guys be like me, where you guys are like, yeah, Kills is fucking trash. I don't mean that, but I'm saying like,
Yeah.
is there something that could make you go, okay, like Kills wasn't as good as I originally thought because of this? You know, like if they change something or they retcon something or they make it seem like something that happened, like you said, like somebody just phased through the wall. Will that make you go, okay, like now I like that changes everything for me with Kills?
Well, I mean, I think it'll definitely make me not as high on that ending of Kills. So I guess to some degree, yeah, it can. But overall, I'll still enjoy Kills for what it is. The big thing for me for Ends, one of the reasons I'm really hoping that it's good is because it just goes to show in the modern era, even with well-worn territory and a franchise is very old, that you can really breathe some fresh life into it and do some interesting things. So to me, it's such a win for horror movies, and that's why I'm really, I mean, and when I said this last night, Stephen, I'm a huge Halloween fan. I love Michael Myers, but Jason's my number one. You know what I mean? And this trilogy has really brought me back, into Halloween. But if if Ends can be very good and at least stick the landing to some degree, I just think it's such a really cool thing for horror in general. And that's one of the biggest reasons I'm rooting for Ends, is because I'm just like, man, can we just get three good movies,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel you there, man.
Yeah.
Just one timeline where it's like, this is good. Okay,
Yes.
this is like the definitive, like this is what most people see the story as. You know what I mean? I would just love that for at least one timeline, because in every timeline there's at least one movie that ruins it for me. Like it's
Yes.
5 for the Thorn trilogy. It's Resurrection for that timeline, whatever. You know what I mean? There's always one little stinker, one turd in the punch bowl.
Yep.
You're right. I mean, we literally could be like 3 days away from having a good movie and a great trilogy.
Mhm.
I mean, 'cause I already think it's great what we've got so far. I know, and we're this close. And Bearda makes a good point that I think is it worth at least mentioning, that David Gordon Green said, and this is true. I remember this, that it needs Ends to sort out the ending of Kills. In other words, Kills is not done. It's a middle chapter. He calls it. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a story completed, and so Ends will make it make more sense. Basically he said something like what he's saying here. You need to watch Ends before you can, for it all to connect, for Kills to end right or whatever. So David's the writer's aware.
Yeah.
Aware of that.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that they know, they understand, and they know the pulse on how people perceive the ending of Kills and so forth and so forth. So like I said, man, they'll have no one to blame. I'm saying it right here live. It's like if endings doesn't land, I appreciate swinging for the fences, but we know sometimes those things don't work out right. But they won't have anyone to blame, So
Yeah. Hey, real quick here, craving something scary has a question for us. It says, this question is for the group. Who would you like to see killed in ends? And how would you like to see them die? Oh, man.
wow.
Wow. Who wants to go first?
You're definitely not passive aggressive at all by
Me?
that.
No. What are you
No,
talking
what?
about?
That's so funny. Oh my god. So like I'll just blow through this real quick because like there's what like I really love all the characters in this timeline. I don't know if I want to see anybody die. I know I'll be really sad to see any of these characters go. I'm like 100% sure though that Lindsay and Hawkins are gonna die in this movie. Allison and Lori, I don't know. I'm still like it's a 50-50 for me on them. But like Hawkins goner, Lindsay goner. How would I like? I don't want them to die, but like, I'm just come on. I mean, with how it's been marketed. How would I like to see them die? Something vicious. Like these are going to be emotional deaths, so like you might as well play into that because we're gonna kill long-standing characters at this point. We are. Like, of course we are.
Yeah.
I hope it's something vicious to really just add to the tearjerker effect because I'll be really sad if either of them die because they're just like really well built up characters. I think so. If it's something just messed up, like. I can't even think of something off the top of my head. Just I'm trying to go off of like from the shit I've seen in the trailers. Something fucked up.
Yeah. Just to make it, just rub salt in the wound, right?
Exactly.
It's like you're already like, no, you don't do that to Hawkins. No, don't do that to Hawkins. Yeah, you're like, no.
I was crying, but now I'm crying even harder. You know what I mean? That's what I want.
Right. Yes.
And if we can come back on Friday, well, I don't know if we say this on Friday because that's spoilers, but whatever. Whenever we're talking amongst us, if we could say something like, they did him so wrong, the way they killed him was just messed up. That would be.
I want to be talking about that. Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
Fate,
how about you, man? Do you have a hit list?
I mean, the only one I'd really like to see die is Michael. Outside of that, I don't really care. Just I want it to have an ending. I want it to be ends. It's called Halloween Ends. But I don't think we're gonna get that. Outside of that, I don't care either way about Lori as long as like it's a good story and a good ending for her, whether she lives or dies. I don't care about that. Lindsay, I think, is a goner, and I don't really care either way. And then Allison, she's the one I think that survives out of everybody. Because I think she's the character that if they do want to continue the story later on, they can do that. Stuff like that. But I just want cool death scenes. Like, I don't want them to get too complicated. I don't want them, like my problem is I think Corey is going to do all the kills, which is going to piss me off. So how would I like to see them die? Michael killing them. How are we going to see them die? Corey probably killing them, or at least most of them. So that I'm not happy about. But anyway, yeah.
All right, man. Knight, how about you, man? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I do agree with Jake. I think Lindsay's gonna die, and Hawkins. I hate to say it, but I think he's gonna go too, man. I don't really want to see any of them die.
Yeah.
And as far as Allison and Lori, I've gone back and forth on that quite a bit. Right now, kind of like what I said earlier about my crazy idea for the ending. I think with that ending, Lori either lives or she lives long enough to kind of have she's mortally wounded, and kind of reconciles with Allison and yada yada yada, and it's a nice little scene for Jamie Lee Curtis. But yeah, I think Hawkins and Lindsay are gone. And to Fate's point, I can only pray that it's not Corey doing all of the killing. But I will say that scene we've seen in the TV spot with the redhead, if that's not James Jude Courtney, I don't know what is, because he moves and looks like James Jude Courtney. He's taller than Corey, and plus with the head tilt, Why would you do that? How would Corey, you know what I'm saying? Now it might just be that Corey is so obsessed that maybe he sees Michael do it and he'll do it too, which
Or if
doesn't
he's
really hold weight
embodying
for
the
me.
shape,
Right.
he's
The
embodying the shape.
transfer.
Yeah, the
Maybe.
transference.
You know what? Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know.
See, I'm telling you, this is gonna shit.
I'm hoping it doesn't go that way, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll
I
see.
have to admit, I would feel like cheated if Corey's the one that kills Hawkins and Lindsay.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
I
can't
agree.
be Corey
messed
that
up,
kills
man.
Hawkins, man. I mean, Hawkins and
Right.
Michael have a pretty damn crazy like vendetta now at
Yeah.
this point. Like
Yes.
they wouldn't have set all that shit up with the flashback scenes and kills if it was going to be Corey killing him. I just feel that would be
Right.
the most. That to me would be the most disappointing thing. Corey's
Yeah.
probably going to kill like those kids at the junkyard. Is my like that's going to be the extent of it. Is in
And
my
the
theory. at
DJ,
least.
the DJ, we know for sure it's him.
I hope not.
It's not Michael. Not Michael. We know it's somebody. He's got all of his fingers in there, so it's definitely.
Unless they pull a Thanos.
They might pull a Thanos. They might.
Can you imagine? This just came to my mind, and of course, I don't think it's too much of a shot in to have it happen. But what if, for some reason, some of those scenes with the fingers, like it was digital stuff going on, like they've done in like Marvel movies?
What?
Can you imagine that?
That's
That just came-
impressive.
That just came to my mind. I'm not saying that's what it's gonna be, and I think it's a very small chance because
Yeah.
obviously that costs money and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I'm just saying, man,
Yeah.
they show it pretty prominently, and what
Throughout
better way?
all the trailers, like
All
his
of
hands
them.
are such a focus. Yeah.
The ring, like
The
you see
ring.
that ring so much, you see the fingers whether they're there or not. What if that is something that they intentionally like do switcheroos on?
Well, and Knight, to go off of that, it wouldn't be that hard to just, have James Jude Courtney not wear the prosthetic that he wears on his hand. You know what I mean? Like they could have just filmed a few shots with him walking
That's
around
true.
with his hands
Guys.
all nice and neat.
That is
Or
true.
Michael grew his hands back. Like,
Oh,
come
You're,
on.
like you're telling me they couldn't have just like, okay, cool, we got the shots, good. Now James, just take that off, and we're just gonna do a couple more shots, and we're gonna use that for the trailer. You tell me that you're telling me they couldn't do something like that? Like,
Hey.
I feel like that would take like 5 minutes,
To do that, though.
Here's the thing.
maybe. I don't
They
know.
absolutely could, but I'm just going to bring everything back down to planet Earth for a second.
Right?
Realistically,
Yeah.
maybe I'm being cynical. I don't know, but realistically, the odds of them doing that for really, 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 really doing that I think is so slim.
That's what
And
I'm
I
saying.
think that, I'm just being honest. I don't think, because these people, they don't have a budget of a Marvel movie, number one, and and they could do the shots. You're right. Just do your hand. But are they really thinking that far ahead? Number one, not James. David doesn't have anything to do with these trailers. The marketing
That's true.
department
Yeah.
does these trailers. So
Yeah.
they're filming. He's filming his movie. He's not filming trailer footage. He's filming his movie, and then it goes to the marketing team, and it's their fault. I blame them, just like I blame the other people over at the Scream folks, the marketing team, for showing us Amber and showing us Richie and all this stuff. So
They definitely have influence on the marketing. They're not in charge
Yeah.
of it, but they have influence. Like, look
Yeah.
at, if you go back and watch Radio Silence's, like all their movies, before Scream especially, the marketing campaigns for all their movies are super experimental, just like how it was for Scream 2022. And that's such a consistent thing with all their movies. They've, hopped studios and shit throughout their entire career. That's something consistent with them as directors, not as a marketing team. So I would argue that the director does have some kind of creative influence over that, not like any type of control, maybe just suggestions. But
Right.
I would say that I think they do have, like, David Gordon Green probably has something with the marketing, but Universal consistently loves to overmarket their movies too. So that's something I've noticed with the Black Phone, with Halloween Kills, all of these movies. So I would imagine he has some kind of involvement in it, but nothing like, maybe not that crazy, but maybe, I don't know.
And remember the first time we see the DJ, it was perfect. We see the right hand and his left hand is on the. You can't see his left side at all. He
Yeah.
grabs
Right.
his day and he shoves his head down. That's all. That's perfect. Like that's all they needed to show because we don't know who it is. It's a
Mhm.
mystery. It could be Michael, and then the last trailer from Peacock they show us another angle where the Michael walks in the room and he's grabbing with his left hand around him, really just right there. And I'm like,
Yeah.
they didn't have to show that.
Mhm.
The first time was perfect. Let us be ambiguous to who it is. So I believe me, trust me, as a fan, Jake, I'm with you. I hope you're right. Nothing would be more cool than for us to come back here on Friday and say Michael killed the DJ. That was a total trick play they pulled on us in the trailer. I would be ecstatic. I just don't believe in reality they're doing. I just don't. These
Mm.
people, they're not thinking like we are. They're
Yeah.
they're they're making their movie and they're just putting it out there. That's all.
Well, hopefully it works. I
hope
hope maybe that's all in the same scene. It looks like it's nighttime out there, just like how it was with the junkyard shots. Maybe Corey just walks past this and just kills the
Maybe.
guy and then goes to the junkyard. That could
Right.
work depending
It
on how it's
could.
set up. If
Hey,
it's all like one
Mhm.
sequence.
Literally be on the way to the junkyard
Yeah.
and he just stops in it. He could be on like he's gone psycho completely.
He just sees
Yep.
red, you know.
Yes.
I mean, that could work for me, but if it's the whole movie of Corey just losing his mind, come on, no.
So how do you feel about this, guys? So I'll ask this question. I think we touched on it the last time too, but just as a recap, if Michael does 90% of his kills in the sewer as he's getting his strength back, and Corey does all of his kills in the community, and we really only see Michael come out to kill hopefully Lindsay and Hawkins. Not that I want them to die, but meaningful kills, not
Mhm.
just throwaway kills. I think is what I mean. How do you guys feel about that? The way it looks like a little bit in these trailers.
Personally,
Ooh.
I just like there were a lot of meaningless kills throughout Halloween period, right? I mean, just meaningless in the sense of like just characters that are just in the wrong place at the wrong time, ended up getting
Yeah.
killed. But that's part of the excitement of Michael. That's part of the story and journey of Michael.
Mhm.
Killing just basically a rabid dog that's just going over everything. That's my thing with that. And it's just again, this is the last installment in your trilogy. And yes, you just had an entire movie that was centered around Michael killing people, but like it doesn't mean you should just now go make this a completely different movie, not about Michael. And I feel like that's kind of the direction they're going. Like I don't mind a kill or two, just to kind of establish Corey as this copycat, which I don't even want them to do to begin with. But nonetheless, we're here. That's what it looks like it's going to happen. So, okay, a kill or two to kind of establish, fine. Okay, I get it. But if we start getting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kills, like I just and Michael kills, say Lori Alice or Lori Hawkins and Lindsay, and then just like one random throwaway, like say the cop in the sewer or something like that. And he has like 4 of the 10 kills in this movie. That's not a movie I want to see. That's not a movie I'm excited for. Like I want to see I'm here to see the face of Halloween, which is Michael Myers. Michael Myers is the franchise. So I want to go there and see him. I don't want to see Corey. Like I don't a character that you've never even established, that has no backstory, that doesn't have anything that I could give 2 shits about. Why should I care about Corey? I care about Michael. I care about Lori. I care about Lindsay. I care about Hawkins. Not as much as the latter, but they're characters that I want to see continue. I don't care about Corey. I don't give a shit that he lost his mind. Like, if you would have established him throughout the film, we talked about it, like ways that they could have done that. If he was the boyfriend or something like that, then that would have been great, and then he like was this lovable guy that turned evil. Like that would have been a great story, like somebody we fell in love with the character. Maybe he even saved Lori in one of the films and saved her and like kept her from getting killed by Michael. And like that's how he had the encounter. Maybe, he protects her. Boom, he runs into Michael. Michael like slashes him or something. He has this face to face, and the evil consumes him, saving Lori. Like that would have been a powerful moment. You could have even gone back to that moment, stuff like that. But instead, it's just like, here's a copycat that's going to kill, 2/3 of the people in this film, and then you're going to get Michael, and that's not something I'm looking forward to seeing. I hope that's not the case, but that's kind of what it looks. I mean, just going off of the trailers, it looks like he kills 6 or 7 of the people. How many more people die? How many more people die? Like outside of that, Corey doesn't kill. It's just.
Well, guys, look, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. We went an extra bonus time today because we wanted to. Hey, it's 1,000K day. It's a celebration Monday for us and for all of you. So I'm going to turn it over to Knight here in just a second to kind of close this out as he normally does for our sessions. It just feels right for Knight to be our closer. But I do want to say, too, boys, now this would be an ending that none of us have talked about. Michael Myers saves Allison and Laurie from the third killer, let's say Corey, and takes back his mask and walks off.
There it is.
Wow.
Hercules.
That's wild, man.
Yep.
That's wild. Thoughts real quick? Anything? Yes, yay, nay, like it or hate
it? Like I said, man, I think this ending is going to be pretty crazy. And like I said, at the end of the movie, like if Laurie doesn't kill Corey, and Corey is involved in that finale, and some way, somehow, he's about to kill Laurie, and Michael comes and kills him to take the mask, and instead of going after Laurie again, he just walks off, and she allows it, or she's at peace with it, or however you want to word that. You guys know what I'm saying. I think that'd be, again, to me, I guess the point I'm trying to make is, if Laurie truly learns to let go and get over this trauma, they say so often that that revenge doesn't necessarily make you feel better. You know what I'm saying? Like you think it will, but does it truly solve the issues, of your trauma, and so forth and so forth. So that's kind of where my mind has been going these last 2 weeks. So Two Boys, I think that's, it could work that way. It's very similar to what I was thinking.
And remember, Michael's not after Laurie. He doesn't care. Just like, remember that. That's the key. Remember Hawkins. He let Hawkins live. He didn't care. He wasn't who he was.
And he could have killed him.
He could have killed him. And he
could have killed him. He did not have to walk away.
No. So what if Michael just does that? He kills Corey. He takes that mask off, and he looks at Laurie and Allison. And then maybe just for a minute they stare, and he just turns around and walks off. Whoa. Mind blow. My mind would be blown away if that happens on Friday. But you know what else blows my mind away is all of you subscribing, all of your super chats today. You guys have been amazing.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for this amazing stream.
Absolutely. And please don't forget to hit the like button. It would really help to support us. We appreciate it. Leave us a comment. This has been a fantastic couple of days to hit 1K. We love all you guys and appreciate y'all so much. And like Fate said, which was so true, we can't do this without you. We haven't gotten to this point without you, and we really appreciate it. So I guess that's it, guys. We're going to head on out. Check out Jake in a minute. And the collective has spoken. Peace out.
See ya.
1K.
Adios.